event on the 4th, what are some of the key topics that you'll be touching on?
Well, I operate, as you know, on the platform called IntelliVen. And as I've put my content out there for others to work with and to share, the central nugget that I build my content around is called a tool. So we have a toolkit now and a toolbox on my website with over 50 tools. And each tool has a graphic that brings to mind a certain set of concepts that are explained in related posts and insights and videos. So each tool sort of opens a gateway to all that content. In my course, which is offered now to mid-career executives that are striving to, get on track to performance and growth to fulfill their potential, we focus on about half a dozen of those 50. In the workshop that we'll be doing on the 4th, we'll be taking a subset of those, so it'll be 4 of them. And we'll be working through case examples and an opportunity to actually experiment with them. Now, in the course, your case, whatever it is where you're working on in your life, is the course. So you come as a leader in a team working on your business. So we talk about what problem does your organization solve and for whom? Because as you know, the definition of a business is you solve a problem for a customer. So we have a template and a tool, sort of the cornerstone tool, which we call the WWW: who, what, why. Who do you serve? Why do they buy you? And what is it you bring to their world that they want to buy for what reason? And that gets us going. So we'll introduce that tool. And what we'll do is have as many people as would like fill out a template for their own organization prior to the session. And then in the session, you'll get to work on a few of those will be used as examples, and we'll show you how to improve them, how to get them tighter, and work a process to get a team of people aligned around the same WWW, not a good, better, best one, but the same one, and show the power of that. And we'll show how it's good to do, it's easy to do, but it takes real work, and it's worth doing. So that's the WWW. Then we'll look at alignment. How do we get a top team to all be trying to deploy their great strengths to the same end goal for the same purpose and reasons? And there's an exercise that will bring that to life. And then if you think about going off site and coming up with you've collected some data, you've analyzed and consolidated it, you go off site and work with the top team, come up with a list of things you want to do going forward. And that's your strategy workshop, your strategy off site. Then the year goes by, a year later, you go and do that all again. And what are the odds you think you'll end up with the same list? In other words, how many of the things you did last year actually got done? Well, the thesis we have is that there's a gap that gets created between the strategy offsite and the activation of the implementation initiatives to make those things come alive. And we have a systematic way of changing that dynamic so that rather than ending the workshop at the point where the list is generated, you do 1 or 2 more exercises that actually launch the initiatives. We call it initiative to action. And we make sure you don't lose the rich thinking that led up to these initiatives by using a template we call the change framework. That says not just what you have to do, but where are you now? Why does it need to change? What will things look like when they have changed? What do you need to do to get there, which is the initiative list? Why will that be hard? So you tell the story and then take the story from that offsite and into the flow of the day-to-day after the work site, so that you actually begin the project, if you will, in the workshop. So the level of energy doesn't peak and go away. It actually is launched at the offsite. So we'll talk about how to do that.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So it sounds like people should sign up early so they can have a chance to download the template and do some work prior to showing up.
Yeah, and if you don't get around to it, that's fine. We'll work with what does come in, but it will only make it more valuable if you get around to doing it. And all of this is a tease, really, because it's just an hour, but there's 20 hours of the course that we'll be offering this summer. We have a special arrangement for anybody who wants to sign up through the associations that are sponsoring this overview. We'll have a special arrangement to get to participate for half price. We've got some great teams that have signed up. It's going to be a great session, and we love talking about it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it as well. It mentioned we're actually partnering with the Association for Strategic Planning on this event, so it should be a great event for all of us. So
Great.
Thank you very much for contributing your time, spending a little time today to give us the bigger picture, and we'll see you on June 4th.
Looking forward
Thank
to
you
it.
very much.